Welcome back at the GovTechNL video interviews. My name is Danny Frietman. I'm one of the co-founders of GovTechNL the Netherlands. We're talking about the impact on startup and scale-ups on the digitalization of the public sector and more. There are a few spots in The Hague where you need to be to talk about technology. I have one of the managing directors of them right here in the studio. I'm going to introduce her shortly. Jill, great to have you.
Hi, Danny. Nice to see you again.
Running the Hague Humanity Hub, right? How long now? For 4 or 5 years?
This is our 5th year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Could you elaborate a little bit what you do, Jill?
Yeah, sure. So I am the managing director of the Hague Humanity Hub. The Hague Humanity Hub is a platform for connection and collaboration for professionals who are working on a more peaceful and just world. You can imagine in this city of peace and justice, we have thousands of people who are working on a more peaceful and just world, but until the Humanity Hub was started, there was nothing really that brought them together to help them to connect and collaborate. So we've been doing that for the last 5 years, and we do that with 3 things. We build community. In the meantime, we have more than 350 professionals from more than 100 organizations and still growing and welcoming new ones every day. We also run programs. And those programs are focused on allowing these professionals to get together, discuss, share knowledge, develop new things together. And we have a beautiful campus in the city center, which allows people to host events, but also to hold their office there, co-locate with other like-minded individuals. Yeah.
Now, we just had a new collation. I don't have the right word in English, unfortunately. You've been running the Hague Humanity Hub with several aldermen in the city of The Hague.
Yeah.
How is it important from your perspective, Jill, that the city has chosen to invest and to work with such a successful hub also for you in the Netherlands and also in The Hague?
Yeah, well, so for me, if you look at The Hague, the city of peace and justice, and you look at the history of The Hague as a government seat, right? I think it's very wise for the city to invest in innovative concepts to build both in terms of our impact in the world, but also the economic growth that we need. The hub specifically shows how valuable the ecosystem is and allows easy access to that ecosystem, so it makes it attractive for other organizations to join us here. From the point of view of other hubs and other organizations, what we're seeing is that there are many sectors the hub is investing in, like tech or like legal and policy, social entrepreneurship, which is actually great for my ecosystem that I support, because those are all of the areas of knowledge that we need to be able to tackle our future issues.
Yeah, and we're attracting those people also towards The Hague, right? So we're also partly doing this interview in light of the GovTech Summit who's coming to The Hague on the 1st of November, Jill. Specifically focused on public, and I know you're not specifically focused on the public sector. And my question I want to pop out to you is, how relevant has tech been as enabler and thriving of digitalization in the talks you have with your clients?
Yeah, very. I mean, like any other industry in this world, non-governmental organizations, international organizations, social enterprises, they are all dealing with the challenges and also the opportunities that are brought by digitalization. There's no question. What's important for us is the connection between government and non-government organizations, but also I like to look at the GovTech as sort of GovTech Plus, right? Because there's non-government that's doing really important work that are also looking at technical innovations. And we have many, many examples of using tech to do more good in the world.
Yeah, can imagine. If you look at the next 4 years, also from your perspective, Jill, because you will be around, thank God, in The Hague.
Let's hope so.
Working together, of course, with the city, but also at the other tech cluster. Let's start with the first question. How is it important that the new alderman remains her focus towards attracting, like within the theme of peace of justice, towards The Hague? How important is that for you?
Well, for me, of course, it's important, but I think it's important for the whole ecosystem. What we're seeing is that there are many, many new developments in the world, and there are many areas of expertise and many organizations that are looking for a good place to build. And if you talk about, the peace and justice ecosystem, what we have in the Netherlands is unique. What the universities are delivering in terms of new and international and well-educated talent, but also if you look at, UN organizations and multi-state organizations like the courts, or OPCW or Europol. I mean, there are so many that are focused on sort of law enforcement, peace and justice in many ways. And they need not only their own sort of global reach, they also need local actors to work together with. So I think that's really important.
Looking at the GovTech Summit on 1st November, I'm not sure if you're going, but I hope you're going to see you there, Jill. there will be between 1,500 and 2,000 people visiting The Hague, of course, looking at keynote speaking and having lots of fun. They will probably also look at The Hague as a place to stay and to reside and to build their businesses. What would you say to this organization if they're coming and said, okay, this is what The Hague, but also The Hague Humanity can offer you?
Well, I think The Hague is an incredibly vibrant and innovative town. I think that let's say the willingness to look at new things and the willingness to explore new things and building that with this DNA of peace and justice. I mean, it's such an old theme in the city. The DNA of our city of doing good and then also doing business and looking at how we can combine both those things to do more good in the world. Yeah. I think this is a very unique thing. At least everybody who comes to visit us at The Hague tells us this. So I think if they compare it to all the other cities that they're visiting, this is a very unique place.
Yeah, and there's always coffee at The Hague Humanity Hub?
Absolutely. We have our own barista. She's awesome.
Thank you for having me here today, Jill, and having you here. And hope to see you soon. And let's not wait another 4 years. Okay?
Sounds like a good idea. Okay.
Thank you, Jill Wilkinson, Managing Director of the Hague Humanity Hub. And thank you for watching and listening. See you soon.